Hi, welcome to this game show called Guess That Flutter Job. And today what I'm going to share with you is jobs that is on indeed.com, and they have skills that requires the Flutter framework. So how I got this idea was that I was just searching the Flutter job just for fun, and I saw some jobs that was very interesting. So how this game show works is that you are going to read the description, and once you read the description, you are going to guess what the job role is. Some of them are pretty straightforward, but the others might really be very interesting. So let's get started with the first one. Let's start with something simple. We're looking for mobile developers across iOS and Android with 3 to 5 years experience in iOS and Android engineering, good experience working with React and AngularJS, familiar working with Flutter and publishing across both Android and iOS. If you have native development, you'll be at added advantage. So you're comfortable with microservices written Java, Scala. You're exposed to DB tools, Xcode, Swift would be good, and working knowledge of version control system like Git and similar tools is mandatory, and preference will be given to candidates to AWS and Azure working knowledge. So, guess that Flutter job. What do you think this Flutter job is, since it requires some Flutter knowledge? If you guessed it, it is mobile developer, so iOS and Android. Okay, so sounds pretty okay, right? Alright, let's go to the next one. I think this is also pretty simple. So you have at least 8 years of experience in designing, coding, and releasing, deploying application for mobile platforms. You have at least 5 years experience leading technical team. You are proficient in languages, tools, and frameworks core to iOS or Android development, including Xcode, Android Studio, and Swift. You have experience in transportation systems and route planning apps will be a plus. You have experience in payment gateways integration and building RESTful web services. This is where you'll find Flutter. You have hands-on experience in cross-platform mobile apps, development tools, and frameworks, Flutter. You have a solid understanding of CI and CD. You have experience with source code management, build deployment tools like Git or Bitrise. Let me give you a hint of what this job role is. So since you need at least 8 and then you need at least 5, what do you think you will need? So guess that Flutter job. So if you guessed it, it's a senior mobile developer, since you require a lot of years of experience. Now the next one. So this is a very short description. So I'm just going to show you the key things that you want to see. So first, requirements. Experience in mobile app development and maintenance, preferred technical knowledge in Flutter, React Native, NoSQL DB, Redis, Kafka, JavaScript, HTML5, relational database concept, web technology, and your soft skills is to have a good attitude, responsible and self-motivated. You're a team player with good interpersonal skills and proficient in Microsoft Office applications. So, guess that Flutter job. So what do you think the Flutter job name is? If you think mobile developer intern, you are so far away. It's called software analysis intern. Yeah! So I was a bit confused on this position. If it says software intern, I think that's a good job role, but it says software analyst intern. So if I Google software analyst, it is a person who studies software application domain prepare software requirements and specification documents. So it is the SIEM or the person between the software users and the software developers. But inside this job description, you are a mobile developer, but you are termed as a software analyst. I kinda don't blame on this company, but I'm not going to show the company, but yeah, you gotta make the job role as close to what you are describing over here. None of these skills require some analysis or analysis. So yeah, I will rather just remove the analyst kind of word, and if it's a software intern, I think that's pretty okay. Alright, so comment down below if you got it correct. Okay, the next one. So you could see it's a full-time job, so there won't be any internship. So let's go to the qualifications. Alright, first one is a degree in computer science, fresh graduates, if they are related in knowledge and experience on mobile app development. Second is that good mobile programming skill in Android, iOS, Flutter, and React Native. Alright, so one thing that I want to say, right? Most of the time, these companies or organizations don't know what they're looking for. Even though they know what they're looking for, the skills that they write down, it is very ridiculous. For myself, I work as a software developer, mostly on Flutter, Flutter. And then also I deal with some of the backend and the database, but most of the time it is Firebase. So yeah, it is a bit discouraging to see that a job requires you 5 languages, and this is very, very unrealistic, because most of the time you probably choose one, and then after that you probably need to learn the language on the job, which is most of the time. So the thing is, if you want to apply for this job, even though you only have Flutter development, I would highly recommend to still apply for it, because like I say, they don't know what they are talking about. Anyway, let's move on. So the next thing is that you must have good web application programming skills. So they are literally finding a unicorn. So you must be good in mobile programming, you must be good in web application. So web application requires Java, Spring MVC, jQuery, HTML5, JS, CSS, and Bootstrap. Experience with web services like SOAP, I have no idea what SOAP, REST, and JSON. Knowledge of Google Play and Apple App Store. So like, I think even though I know what's the answer, I think they should change their job role to a unicorn. Next, relational database management systems such as Oracle and SQL will be an advantage. Experience in application design and development support, has completed at least 3 rounds of SDLC in web and mobile development. So if you don't know what's SDLC, it's called Software Development Lifecycle. So I've created a video, links up in the video. So guess that Flutter job. So what do you think the name of the job is? It's very similar to the previous one. And the answer is IT Analyst, Systems Analyst. Yes. Like I say, a software analyst is a person who studies the software application domain, prepares software requirements and specification. Which part of these qualifications talked about anything to do with strong analytical skills with ability to assimilate information quickly? But this is more into communications, doesn't talk about anything about analysis of the tech. Alright, so the last one, let's see what the requirements is. So strong software engineering competency with minimum 5 years of hands-on design and development experience to build solutions that are flexible. So 5 years. So it's self-motivated. Front end, you need JavaScript, Vue.js, and Quasar framework and WebSockets. Backend, REST APIs with Golang. Mobile, you probably need Dart and Flutter to develop cross-platform. Java to understand legacy native Android code. Alright, so guess that Flutter job. Let me break up the answer step by step. The first one is 5 years. So you probably need the word senior. And then second is that you need some software engineering experience, obviously. So the word engineer is required. But what is the middle word? Starts with letter R. No, it's not React. It is senior research engineer. Yes. So this is the end of this game show called Guess That Flutter Job. And just a word of advice. Sometimes these companies, like I say, do not know what they are finding. And it's okay, and just try applying. If you like this game show, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more of this video, subscribe and comment down below how many of your guesses are correct. If you guess them all correct, you are probably a liar or I'm just a bad editor. Probably the second one. But yeah, that's about it. See you, stay safe, and all the best. Bye.